now as if things weren't bad enough. There's 2 Mickeys. Yeah, fuck you, Doctor. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, that's it's not inaccurate, is it?
Yeah. So in case you couldn't tell, we are doing the second episode of the 2-parter that we just sort of left hanging in the ether.
For months?
Yep. Season 2 of Doctor Who, Episode 7, The Age of Steel, which was written by Tom McRae, directed by Graham Harper, and it's starring David Tennant, Billy Piper, Noel Clarke, and some other people.
Indeed it is.
Yeah.
Indeed it was.
It was, yeah. Do you have an opening
Indeed it was.
statement?
I do. Steve, do you see this, Steve? This is how you end a 2-parter, you fuck. I'm talking to Stephen Moffat there. everyone.
Really?
My actual opening statement is simply a satisfying end to a 2-parter. Lovely. But Stephen Moffat does seem to have this classic style of over-promise and under-deliver.
Yeah.
So I thought he might benefit, perhaps, from watching this episode and going, oh, so that's how I do things.
Sometimes
I mean, what else is he doing with his time?
Sometimes
It's
I
certainly
feel
not writing
sorry
Doctor Who
for
or
Steve.
Sherlock, is it?
You know,
No, don't.
I do a wee bit. You can't help it. He's like
Why?
Jerry from Rick and Morty. Do you know what I mean? He's so contemptible, but you just can't help feeling sorry for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, a conclusion to a 2-parter that finally gives us King Mickey Smith. Finally a bit of freedom. He saved the planet and gets called an idiot anyway. This is the start of his walk to a better life. I don't give a fuck about the Cybermen. I don't give a fuck about Rose and her dad. I just want Mickey to have a fucking decent time of it, okay? Because he's been treated like shit by these 2 sociopaths, okay? And it's important that he gets a good crack at it. And his clone version had to die for that to happen, but needs must.
Needs must. Fucking hell.
Do you have any creepy room statements, questions?
I bloody love a good Cyberman.
Yeah.
That's a statement I have. I really appreciate any story with a Cyberman in it. I really like it. And there's little bits of sort of gentle sort of world building in this that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Like when the Cyberman is collapsed on the floor after the EMP bomb has exploded on it. And it's going, where's Gareth? He can't see me the night before. He's not allowed to see me the night before. It's bad luck.
Yeah.
And it's such a tragic thing, and it's like a dozen words. Do you know what I mean? It's such a well-written little piece of dialogue. I really like it.
And I'm so cold. It's shit. That's fucking horrible. I have a question.
Hit it.
Why would Mr. Crane go along with it to this point and not expect it to be upgraded?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? He literally herded homeless people into vans, and did he not think that he would be forcibly upgraded? I don't fucking know. But
And
that's
also, his method for I'm just remembering now, his method for herding homeless people into vans was to just list food at them.
I mean,
Hot soup, toasties, pasties.
well, yeah, it was and the way he described hot sweet tea was enough for me. I would have went in, to be honest. I'm not joking. Hot sweet tea just sounds fucking delicious. I'd be like, great. But I wouldn't be going into a big van that showed up in the middle of nowhere.
I had a really nice cup of tea earlier, which might disgust you. I'm not entirely sure. I can never figure out your taste preferences. It's this one I ordered. You know, have you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they talk about the Pangalactic Gargle Blaster, which is like a cocktail.
Yeah.
It's a tea that's apparently based on the cocktail in the book. And it was, was it blackcurrant and mint, the tea was. It was really nice.
Oh. I mean, I don't think I've had that. I've had, have you ever had hot blackcurrant juice?
Yes, I have.
Which is weird, isn't it? Have you ever went camping or something, or out for a big walk and they've put boiling hot blackcurrant juice in a flask, and you just have a cup of that. It's actually weirdly nice.
Nice, yeah. It kind of just tastes like a boiled sweet. It helps me reconnect with the Victorian street urchin in me.
Yeah, a little bit.
But anyway, Doctor Who.
How Christ, did you hear that? How would the Cybermen mistake Rose and Pete for other sort of cyber-controlled people? Are they not all connected via the ear pods? Isn't that the whole point?
What do you mean?
Because they've got the ear pods in, but the Cybermen are still talking to Pete and Rose to say, stop, or keep going, jump in this hole, or whatever it might be. Do you know what I mean? It's just a weird...
I mean, I suppose it's like a bureaucracy kind of thing, like a sort of, right, okay, this tank's full, you're going to have to wait your turn.
Mm.
You know, like, wait here.
But
Yeah,
if they're not
no,
all,
I get what you
They're all
mean.
networked with the...
Yeah, I get what you mean, because like, Cybermen don't show up in people's streets and like, this way, please, this way. It's like, literally the AirPods that are making them do that. So, I suppose the AirPods would... yeah, that's a good point.
It's extremely nitpicky, but it is something I
But
I
it's
noticed.
it's a good nitpick.
Indeed.
I do feel as if I have to give a wee disclaimer to the people listening. If you're expecting really nuanced criticism of the shows and films that we do, you're not going to get that. You're going to get 90% bullshit and 10% nitpicking. Okay.
That's devastatingly accurate. Yeah. It reminded me of when we did How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and I spent like 40 minutes talking about why the Who's had evolved how they had.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a weird situation.
Man.
Right. I think the true horror of the Cybermen is that they think they're right.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it all the more horrifying. Is both they think they're right, and in a way they're kind of like, you know, the what are they called, the clockwork droids on the Marie Antoinette.
Yes.
They're kind of like an upgraded version of that.
Yeah.
They are, in a way, just repair droids carrying out a basic set of functions.
Yeah, but like these versions are, but like the original sort of Mendacian versions are like actually. I don't like the whole Lumic sort of thing.
No.
Like it works for the Daleks because like fascism is always like sort of predicated on like a sort of strong man like leading people to the sort of failed ideology. But like, you know, the Cybermen, I really like the idea that it's society that's like sort of collapsing around them and like everyone has to sort of like band together. You know,
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
a good
like
point. I do like
it's
that,
more of a
yeah.
gradual evolution because Peter Capaldi said that it's like everyone gets the Cybermen wrong. It's not an evil plan. It's not a master plot. It's just parallel evolution.
Yeah, it's no, suddenly our kidneys don't work. Everybody has a robot kidney. No, suddenly our skin doesn't. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like a slow evolution.
It's because in the original story of the 10th planet, it was very gradual for these people. It was like, you know, it literally was just like augmentation to make people feel better, and then it was the one thing led to another, and they just thought, no, let's just do away with the whole human thing, and we'll just, you know, get rid of pain and all that together. Whereas this, it's far more spontaneous, and like, everyone's in a metal suit, which is it's okay, but it's like
Yeah. Also, they can climb a ladder, in spite of the fact they're literally made of steel. That's there's a couple of little nitpicky bits like that, isn't there?
And the stomping only ever sort of seems to be like a thing when like you're not trying to sneak up on someone.
Yeah.
So they can put their legs on
silent
side.
sometimes.
Oh, it's weird.
Right. Can you think of straight up robots in Doctor Who? How many can you name off the top of your head? Because I was thinking about this as I was watching the episode. I was thinking, well, the Cybermen have got like a bloke inside them, haven't they? Mm-hmm. And then even the Daleks, which sort of externally appear to be robots, they've got like a little squid inside them. The closest I thought was the repair droids off the Marie Antoinette. I couldn't think of any classic Who monsters that are just straight up robots.
Try to think. There are definitely robots. I think there's actually a story called The Robots.
Oh, right.
The reason that they didn't want that because Sydney Newman, who was one of the main producers, I think, of the show. I don't know if he was a producer or an executive producer. Don't quote me on that. But he didn't want the sort of robot thing because it was too cliche and it had been done to death. So he was absolutely furious when the Daleks were put in front of his desk. But then he was talked around. It's like they're not robots. They were once like us, and they had to retreat into these shells because of mutation, which is really fucking interesting. But like,
Yeah.
you can see like a lot, like Stephen Moffat especially forgets that the Daleks are not just fucking just big fucking pepper pots that go about shouting things. Do you know what I mean? But we'll get.
I know we
we'll get
trash
to
talk
that.
Stephen Moffat a lot, but Christ Almighty, we should.
Yeah, and it's a shame because see when he does good, it's like really good, but when he does bad, oh,
It's really bad.
it's really bad. Yeah.
Someone needs to be there in front of his computer with him, like smacking his hands away from the keyboard and saying, "No, finish the story you're on. Don't just include random shit.
Yeah.
Don't just bring random shit into it. Finish the story you're on."
Oh god. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till we get to his tenure, man. It's going to be a fucking wild ride.
I forgot that the heads of the Cybermen blew up in this story.
Oh, did
That
you?
happened. I was like, "Oh fucking hell!" I didn't see it coming at all. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
really terrified me.
the Doctor just sort of makes like their existence redundant by saying, "Yeah, what are you going to do now?" It's like you make the world metal. What happens then? Nothing. And then basically just kills them all. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean that is, in a weird way, it kind of makes sense though. The Cybermen have a sort of a self-defeating purpose, in that like their entire existence relies on there being people who do not want there to be Cybermen.
Yeah.
As soon as they get to a point where everybody in the universe is a Cyberman, well then what?
That's it.
Then what? Do you know what I mean? Do you then convert all the planets? Do you replace the rock with metal? Do you know what I mean?
It's the same thing, but it's like the Daleks and the Cybermen both equally have, like, at the end of it, ridiculous ideologies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Cybermen is far more like sympathetic because they don't want to like kill everyone. They just want to like make everyone better at the cost of like their individuality. And it's like the same with the Daleks kill everyone, okay, and then what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. They're gonna look through every fucking Dalek like they did in Revolution of the Daleks, and any tiny little impurity is going to be killed, and a civil war will start until there's one left, and it'll just float through space on its own. Boom, done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're right. That reminds me of. Sorry, this is something I meant to bring up in Revolution of the Daleks episode, but I forgot. It made me smile that the Revolution of the Daleks was only about 3 minutes long. That was how long that took, and it made me think of in Next Generation, just like a Klingon civil war that happens, and like literally, I remember watching it, and I think I was watching it, and I think Chloe was sat with me, and I think it was my dad poked his head into the room and put something on the sofa or picked it up or something, and he sort of went upstairs, did whatever he did, and came back downstairs. And as he came into the room, it was like, "Oh, the Klingons are about to have a civil war." Then he left, came back, and was like, "Civil war's over." It made me think of that in a weird way, of like, "Oh, Daleks are about to have a civil. Oh, it's done."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It ended on a bridge.
Yeah, we began on the same fucking bridge.
Yeah, that's where it started and that's where it ended. Oh, fucking hilarious.
I really like Mrs. Moore. She's really cool.
Yeah.
I
Angela
like
Price.
Yeah, Angela Price. She sort of taught herself the technology and made those sort of smelling salts or whatever. I like the idea that she sort of just sat down and through sheer force of will and frustration and sort of I just want my husband and my children to be okay.
Yeah.
I like that she sort of just sat down and through will just taught herself all these relevant things.
Definitely. And the fact that she just gets killed. So if the Cybermen scanned her and seen that she doesn't have a binary vascular system,
I suppose they must have done.
because that's literally the only reason that the Doctor survives. It's like, whoa, binary, fuck it, you come here, you come with us, big guy. You know what I mean? Get you
That's a
tested.
good point, actually. Why didn't they try and convert Mrs. Moore?
Yeah, they have a really weird way of determining sort of thing. Like at the end of the last episode, the cliffhanger was it's like, yeah, you're gonna get deleted, and the Doctor's like, but we're surrendering. It's like you're rogue elements. It's like, oh, right, yeah, but every fucker here is a rogue element. It's like we're surrendering.
Yeah.
And we're just giving up, and it's like, no, you'll be killed. It's like, what? We're giving up. No, you're gonna die. What the fuck? Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I know what you
it's
mean.
really weird. What a fucking
Plus, weirdly, right.
Here's something that just sprung into my mind halfway through that thing you were saying for some reason.
I've got no idea why.
if you're going to do some kind of subterfuge, right, Danny,
Yeah.
if I said to you, let's go and rob somewhere,
Okay.
what would you think of wearing?
Probably black.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yep.
Would you wear jewellery that might make noise against surfaces? For example, rings on your fingers?
No, I
Would you
wouldn't.
wear a necklace that jingles and jangles? Would you wear a jacket with lots of zips?
No.
Well, do you know who did? This one fucker in this story whose name I can't even remember. They're literally climbing up the ladder.
He turns to Mickey and goes, shh! And he's got like rings on his fingers and like...
Jake.
Hang on what? Mate, Jake, that's it.
Yeah.
Mate, if you want to stay quiet, take off that jacket covered in zips. Jesus.
Oh, God.
I get having an aesthetic and committing to it, but Christ.
Yeah. What a sort of just speaking about them and the sort of airship, what a massive sort of spout of chance that
Yes.
they were there and the Doctor was like just speaking about them. Like, imagine they just were there late and like, you know, he just popped that phone in the thing and just nothing happened, and then they all did. It's like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
quite embarrassing. Mickey
I mean,
Smith
also,
saved
yeah.
the fucking world, folks.
he did. We stand.
We
He did
stand
also
with
Say
Mickey.
he learned how to fly an airship through PlayStation.
I'm not sure if that's a recommended teaching method.
Yeah, that's the thing about Rick and Morty. That episode where like Summer and Morty get high on like petrol, like alien petrol, and Morty like thinks that because I play games I know how to fly a alien spaceship, and then like that just gets like destroyed 2 seconds. It's like, oh shit, it's nothing like my PlayStation controller.
Yes, and speaking of that flying, one thing that did make me laugh was when they were all cheering and jumping up and down and being happy and everything. Mickey and Jake were in the control room, and behind them, the wheel was literally spinning out of control. Is that a desirable thing in any ship?
Yeah.
Because it's not in a car. Is it in an airship or a boat?
Fuck's sake. Lumic ended better than Davros did, didn't he? Like, you know, Davros just get fucking killed, and Lumic got upgraded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a better sort of ending for yourself, I guess.
Mm.
Why was he in a
suppose so.
chair
It's,
if he could walk?
Oh, the aesthetic, I suppose.
Yeah, because
Maybe it was like a throne.
yeah, he's stripped to this big fucking chair and like got tubes in it, and then he's just like, I'm raging. Cybermen can't feel anger, but fucking. And then you can even tell that when the emotional inhibitors haven't been like destroyed, he's clearly just a vindictive sort of angry little man who's like,
Maybe they gave him like a not very good emotional inhibitor on purpose if he was the leader. If this was what he always wanted. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, but it's like that's like saying, oh, you should see the leader of our fascist party. He's a right fucking Democrat. He really loves freedom and individual choice. Why's that? Oh, because he's the leader, isn't he? He's got to have the opposite values to us.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah.
Good-
Yeah, you make a really good point, because that's something that I really appreciate was the other Cybermen story of David Tennant's era, when they're at Torchwood, and literally a Cyberman in a corridor just says, "The cyber leader has been killed. I am now the cyber leader."
Yeah.
And they have no upgrade process. It's just literally
just
a snap thing, and they're all networked together, and it's that makes kind of more sense than having. I suppose that is a contradictory belief system that Lumic is like, yes, I made all of you and I hope to control you, but also you're all equal with each other.
Yeah.
It's a bit contradictory in a weird way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I hadn't considered that before.
they still have hierarchy, despite the fact that that's like the one thing that they're trying to get rid of. But it's only Doctor Who, you know, you can't expect everything. But yeah, do you know what would have been interesting?
Yeah.
It would have been more interesting if like the Cybermen had a parliament, because like
Would it?
yeah, because like if anyone's going to be like democratic, it's going to be the Cybermen over the Daleks, really. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
It's like if they're like a riff on communism, you're gonna have you're gonna be more democratic, far more democratic if you're a communist than a fucking fascist. You know what I mean? Which,
That's a good point.
and I think that episode would have been so much better if you just switched the Cybermen, because it doesn't really make sense for Clara to become converted into a Dalek.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good point. Actually, yeah, I've never really considered that. I've just always thought, oh yeah, cool episode with some cool visuals. But, like,
Yeah,
actually, yeah, looking back, that doesn't make much sense.
the insane Cybermen are emotional, and their emotional inhibitors have broken, and it's because the
and you can
Cybermen
sort
are
of almost...
they're more moral than the Daleks. At least it's they still want to fix people, so maybe they're trying to fix. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and you can sort of almost picture, like, a Cyberman physically chained up.
Yeah,
Like a Dalek being chained up doesn't quite have the same effect
No.
visually or sort of emotively, does it?
definitely not. But we'll get to that.
And indeed we will, indeed we will. I've spoken quite extensively on the podcast about the book I Am Legend.
You have.
And about the sort of hysterical blindness and all this. I've always felt like I've been explaining it badly. And then I realised that what I was trying to explain was, it's like when the Cybermen get their emotional inhibitors turned off. That's what the vampires are like, because their own existence is like a contradiction to themselves.
Yeah.
The Cybermen are like, well, I was just a guy, and now I'm a bloody metal bloke. Ah. And the vampires are like, well, I was just a bloke, and now I'm dead, but not really, and I need to drink blood, and also I seeing myself in a mirror makes me blind.
Undead.
Do you know what I mean? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify. I'm not an idiot. I'm just an idiot.
Well, I am an idiot.
Well, I am actually a professional idiot. I have a doctorate in idiocy, in foolishness.
There was a quote from Blackadder. I can't remember it. It's gone.
By the way, speaking of doctorates, you know how people always often sort of make the joke about saying, you can buy a doctorate off the internet. I was like, but can you really do that? Is that really something you can do?
Can you buy
And
a frame with someone's doctorate in it?
Well, beyond that, you can actually go one further. Buy a doctorate. Bear with me. I found a website. Is it this one here? Okay, it's not this one here. But I found a website. It was like the University of California or something. Not the University of California, because that's an actual university.
Yeah.
It had like California in the title of the university. And it's sort of, you could buy a doctorate in literally anything. They literally had a fill in the blank box, and they would send you like a certificate that said you have been awarded an honorary doctorate in, I don't know, water bottle studies.
Yeah.
And from the University of Spiritualism in California or whatever it was. And then, legally speaking, you are a doctor. Because the reason you can't just say you're a doctor and go out on the street and be like, yes, I'm Dr. Brindley, is because doctor is a legally protected term.
Yeah.
You can only be called a doctor on forms and whatever if you actually have a PhD in something.
Yeah.
So the loophole is pay 50 quid to some university in California or whatever, and they'll send you a PhD.
Oh my god.
That says that you're a doctor of clay or whatever.
Clay.
That was a bit of a random idea. Fill in the random box with anything you want, basically.
Oh, I'll go with bullshit.
Maybe that should be like a stretch goal for the Patreon. When we get to however much a month, we'll buy us each a doctorate in bullshit.
We are professional, expert bullshitters.
Yes, we are. We have PhDs in bullshittery.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want that now.
I really do. I'd have it framed and everything.
I would too. I'd frame it and put it up in my office.
It'd be up my wall. Everything would be good. Anyone's like, do we have a doctor on board? I'm a doctor.
Of medicine? No.
No.
No. I have a PhD in bullshittery. Sorry.
I can make this man want to end his life quicker.
Oh God. If you would also like us to become doctors of bullshit, go to patreon.com/shouting into the void.
Wow. What a shit sell. Oh God.
Oh God. Right. Have you got any more CRQs?
I do. It's the sort of final sort of CRQ. Thank God Mickey's finally getting out of that fucking box.
Oh Christ, yeah. I've got it here. Rose is so selfish. I've got written down.
Yeah.
I need you, but then she just fucks off and leaves him there. For
Yeah. And I've
years.
wrote, yeah, cry, Rose, cry. See what you wrote.
I don't. It's ridiculous that like the first time I watched this through, I was like, no, yeah, Rose is just kind of a person. But now I kind of do think she's really contemptible.
Yeah.
I have this.
Deep-seated hatred for her that I can't explain.
Yeah, it's very much a
weird.
sort of, I don't know. It grinds my gears a wee bit, you know, because Mickey's he's a fucking smart, competent guy who, you know, is a great character, and yet at every opportunity, those two psychos in that fucking TARDIS just take the piss out of him. Do you know what I mean? But no,
How
I'm
long has
glad
it been
that he's.
since
I'm
I
glad
could
that
have
he's.
taken my hand off the button.
Say that again. Yeah, fucking half an hour pressing up. I would have been like, right, stop this. I'm away. See you later. Enjoy. I hope you end up on a beach together at some point, crying. Fuck off.
That's a weirdly specific guess from
Yeah.
Mickey there.
Wonder if that's gonna happen.
Is Russell T Davies getting
Lazier with his writing style. What's going on here?
Spoilers.
Is that some very on the nose foreshadowing?
Yeah. But yeah.
By the way, he's gone home. Invites no questions from Jackie. She doesn't go. Oh well, why wasn't he with you?
Yeah.
That invites no.
I mean, to be fair, everyone in that estate just seems as if they don't give a shit about Mickey, because they all just believed that he killed Rose, and for like a year, everyone was like, "Yep, that happened," and then she came back, and everyone's like, "Oh, sorry." But oh well, Mickey, you deserve better, and you're gonna have a better life in the parallel world.
Doesn't he?
Until Rose gets trapped there, and then you're fucked again.
Doesn't he come back to? He comes back to main Earth, doesn't he? Because he marries Martha.
Yeah, oh, we're going way ahead there. Yeah,
I know we're going way ahead, but
he comes back at the end of this season.
does he?
Yeah.
So he comes back to main Earth and then he stays there.
No. He comes back to main Earth to help sort of
Right.
Rose and the Doctor against the Cybermen and the Daleks, and then they all go to the other world, and Rose gets trapped there.
Yeah, I remember that. But
Do you?
then how does Mickey get back to the main Earth in time for the Doctor to say, "Oh, I'm bloody dying. Bye, mate."
But, Lewis, we'll get to that. I can't explain. It's so much fucking to explain, right? We'll get to that. You just need to wait, and you just need to enjoy the ride for now, right?
I see. That it might be fitting because I have run out of notes. I do believe.
I have as well.
I see. Have we got an opening, a closing statement?
I do, yeah. Now that I think about it, the Cybermen haven't really removed sex because they're still men.
That's a good point. Cybermen.
Yeah.
Cybers. Or
Might have been a better one. Cybers. That's genderless, I suppose.
Do you know what I mean? I'm all for a based, genderless society where we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about, you know, what we identify ourselves as. Do you know what I mean? Fucking yes, all the way. But if you're still going to call yourselves men, it's like,
that's a
is
good
that not a
point.
bit antithetical, maybe?
Yeah, but that's a really good point. Is it? I was going to say, is it a limit
of the human of English language, like, because
Yeah. I
there
wonder what
are
a better
languages
word
around
would
the
be.
world that have no gendered pronouns. So if you're trying to refer to the gender of someone, you have to or refer to someone specifically. You can't say he did whatever. You have to say their name.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, because cyber people sounds a bit on the nose, doesn't it? Doesn't ring. It
Just
doesn't
cybers.
doesn't roll
might be
off the
better.
tongue as well as Cybermen.
No, but then I suppose cybers does work. Because in
Cybers.
later episodes where they have
Like the little cyber rat things, and they have like.
Yeah.
There's that episode where they have those cyber dogs. Like, so maybe. Because then that encompasses both
Cyber
human
beings.
beings that have been converted. Cyber beings, yeah. I suppose that works, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Let's start calling them cyber beings now, just to be.
I think we're more committed to the Cybermen's aesthetic here than they are.
Yeah, no, fucking amateurs. Yeah. But yeah, that was the Age of Steel, and we won't be seeing the Cybermen for another couple of years. We won't be seeing them until after the the end of Series 4 now.
Will we not?
No, they're not in Series 3. And it's after
But what about
the Daleks, and then there's that Christmas episode that they're in.
But isn't it the... Hang on.
Oh no!
Isn't it
Wait,
the
shit!
episode at the end
No,
of
they
the
come back
series
at the
where-
series. Yeah, sorry. Never
I
mind.
was just really confused.
Never
then.
mind. Oops. We won't be seeing anyone again forever. Jesus, I'm
we won't be
sorry.
seeing anyone again ever. We're ending the podcast. Bye.
Bye. But
Anyway, right. Closing statements. Have you got one?
yeah, I've just done it.
Oh, right. Okay. My closing statement is a very simple end to a straightforward two-parter
That I really enjoyed. It's simple, engaging storytelling. Pay attention, Stephen Moffat.
Oh.
I know.
The tea.
I just don't. The tea is hot.
The blackcurrant tea.
Yes, precisely the blackcurrant tea. Okay, we've done that. We've got some capitalist shilling to do to appease the capitalist overlords.
We do. I am on Instagram at O'Hiram. I'm on Facebook at Daniel K. Actor. I'm on Twitter at Kerzo2000. What are you on, Lewis?
I'm on Instagram at Lewis_Brindley.
I'm on Twitter at LewisBrindley4,
And I have a Facebook page called Lewis Brindley. Furthermore, the show has a Facebook page called Shouting Into the Void, and the show also has an Instagram page called @ShoutingIntoTheVoidPod. Go and check us out on assorted different social medias. You can follow us, you can like us, you can message us, you can write on our Facebook walls, you can do all sorts of things. Go and take a look. Join in. Have a join in.
Woo!
Indeed, yes.
We are on Podomatic, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we have a YouTube channel, we're on Deezer, we're on Google Podcasts, and we're on Amazon Podcasts. Give us a look. Woo!
Indeed, take a look on all of those things.
Yes.
Also, this is the first episode in which we have a sponsor.
Yeah, I like that actually. I like rather than my crap joke I made in the other podcast about having a bell. I quite like saying, "Yeah, we have a sponsor." You can go and check out our sponsor because we have a fantastic advert which has won Oscars, can confirm,
which we are going to play now. Danny, I've got some amazing news.
Oh, really? What?
I'm going to make you a hat.
Thanks. But why?
Well, because Right Side Yarns, who sell beautiful and unique wool, have recently released a new range.
Oh, I've heard of them. Aren't they that fantastic Scottish business that sells high-quality hand-dyed products perfect for crafting with?
They certainly are, and they're sponsoring the show.
Really? Have they heard the show?
Yes, and apparently they like it. Kezia, the owner of the business, has given us a generous 15% off code for any of our listeners to use.
Is that why you've got Void 15 written in your hand?
It is! If you or any of our listeners would like to use the code, simply enter Void15 at checkout with a capital V.
Great! Where do I check out?
You can go to their website at rightsideyarns.co.uk or check them out on Instagram at Kezia_rightsideyarns.
Fantastic! This hat you're making me better be good.
Oh, I mean, I never get tired of that
Amazing.
advert. You know,
Oh.
never get tired of it. I could listen to it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to delete all the podcasts off my phone, and I'm going to listen to just that advert
Just
forever.
on its own. Decipher that one.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's just
definitely.
so good, yeah.
But yeah, do go and give them a look out. Use code Void15 at checkout. You get some money off, and it's really good quality products. You can go and take a look.
Definitely. We also have a PayPal donate button, so anything you can spare, anything at all, would be greatly appreciated. We also have Patreon, and we want to thank our wonderful, wonderful patrons. Chloe,
Thank you.
Darius,
Thank you.
Sophie,
Thank you.
Peter,
Thank you.
Aditya,
Thank you.
Richard,
Thank you.
and Natalie.
Thank you.
Thank you, one and all.
Yes. Thank you, one and all. You make our podcast possible, and it is lovely to have you there on the Discord server where we can put in a cheeky message about something we think about Doctor Who, or have an Among Us game, which is what we did last week. You can join our little Discord server if you go to our Patreon, and you'll be automatically connected and linked through the miracle that is the internet.
Definitely.
And also, if we get 1 million patrons,
We'll buy ourselves PhDs in bullshit.
I don't think anyone has 1 million patrons at all.
no, I would highly doubt it. If we ever got to 1 million patrons,
I don't know what I'd do.
I think we'd be pretty. I think we might be in charge of the world if we have 1 million patrons. If we've convinced 1 million people.
that's a good point.
We've
yeah.
conned 1 million people. Yeah, we also have merch on Teespring and Redbubble. Anything you want, go have a look. We've got tote bags. We've got all sorts of stuff. You know, it's a bit of a, slow period for spending. But go on, have a look, treat yourself.
We've got some lovely bits and bobs that we think you'd love. Go and take a look, check it out, see what you think.
Definitely. Last but certainly not least, we are partnered with an amazing company called Number 12 Crochet Avenue, and Lewis is going to say some lovely things about them, all of which are true.
Indeed. Number 12 Crochet Avenue is a company run by my amazing wife, in which she crochets and she's really good at it. She actually does use some of the yarn that is from Right Side Yarns, our new sponsor, and just in the room I'm sort of sitting next to, we've got big crates full of the absolutely beautiful yarn that we can't recommend enough. She's currently making a birthday present for somebody, which is all dead exciting, but I can't tell anybody because it isn't their birthday yet, so it's a secret. You can go and check out all the things that she sells and see what the haps are at Number 12 Crochet Avenue on Instagram. It's those words and letters. It's no numbers, no punctuation, just those words. Go and take a look.
Definitely. Well, that was the end of the two-parter that took ages.
Indeed it was.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
It's the Idiot's Lantern, I believe.
Oh, God, I think that's dead creepy.
Yeah. And
Hungry.
The Wire. And The Wire.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, so look forward to that. That'll be next week. And yeah. We will see you,
Yeah,
hear
we'll see
you.
then.
Turn your entire civilization into metal people, removing all gender and all race and all class, but still call ourselves men for some reason. Next time.
Yes, we will see you then.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening.